What's up, family? My name is ElijahAmmi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a grown folk channel. This is where we have heart-to-heart conversations and keep it real. Here on this channel, everybody matters. Everybody's family. Here on this channel, we express love because at our core, we are love. I love you guys, and thank you for being with me on this beautiful journey called life. Peace. What's up, family? Man, back out here in my element, man. You can still see snow on the ground, and the pond behind me is frozen over for the most part. It's cold, you know what I mean? But man, it's refreshing to my body. It's refreshing to my mind, you know what I mean? Man, it's invigorating. Family, I'm gonna have a real heart-to-heart with you guys real quick. Man, so many of us grew up in environments to where we were placed in survival mode, you know, at an early age. We were placed in survival mode, man, because we didn't get the love that we needed. We didn't have the nutrients that we needed. We didn't have the support that we needed because molestation occurred at an early age, whatever it was, you know what I mean? One of our parents wasn't there, you know, both of our parents wasn't there, you know what I mean? Physical abuse that took place, and there's so much that has gone on, you know what I mean, in our lives. And what that, I can't talk, what that did was put us in survival mode. You know what I mean? We didn't have enough food. The lights were cut off. The electricity was cut off. We were homeless. You know, all these different things. You know, being in relationships and they leaving us and abandoning us. You know, and man, we're on our own trying to fend for ourselves. And man, and there's wolves out there in the streets. You know what I mean? And so, man, we're in survival mode. We're in survival mode. And although that mode, that mentality is great at that time because it allowed us to survive the chaos that we did. It allowed us to navigate with the least bit of consequences, you know what I mean? And damage to us. It allowed us to make it out of all of that trauma, all of that pain, all that craziness. But now that we're out of it, we got to go back in and deal with it. Stay with me, we're going somewhere. We don't have to be in trauma mode anymore. We don't have to be in survival mode anymore. You know what I mean? We don't have to live like that because as long as you're living in survival mode, family, man, you can never reach your full potential. As long as you're in survival mode, man, you're worried about the bills. You're worried about this and this and that, and that's low vibrating. That's low frequency stuff. I say this all the time. What you think about, you bring about. You're projecting those things into the world. You're projecting those things into your life. As long as you think you ain't got enough, you're never gonna have enough. As long as you believe that, man, somebody's always trying to get you and somebody's always trying to take what you got and you gotta be on your grind and woo-doo-woo-doo. As long as you think that way, you're gonna have to live that way. But as long as you live in that way, you can never be who you came here to be. You can never do all that you came here to do. Survival mode was great while you were a kid, while you're going through the pain and the suffering, while you were in that situation. Survival mode got you through it. So I'm not putting survival mode down. There's a time and place for everything. Now that you're out of danger, now that you're not in that situation anymore, you don't need survival mode. But because you're comfortable, you stay there. We have to grow up. We have to learn to switch our perspective, to change our thinking. We have to learn to change our thinking, family. Years ago, I was a counselor at a prison. And this guy, Manny, was the director. And he had me in his office and he was talking to me. And he, like, man, you're gonna be an up and coming great counselor and you have all this ability, you have all this natural, you know, talent. He said, I'm gonna share a story with you. This a Puerto Rican guy out of New York, from New York. And so he was telling me a story of this old lady been on a bus. And you're on the bus and there's a bunch of young kids on the bus. The old lady sitting on the seat that you got up and gave her so that she could sit down and be comfortable. The kids in the back of the bus are just being kids, just loud and obnoxious and unruly, you know. It's just doing what kids do, you know, just having fun, not intending to hurt anybody, not intending to be disrespectful, just loud and just kids, you know. And so they do what kids do. They're laughing and clowning around. And you're standing there facing the front of the bus. And you feel this stick poke you in your ass. And you hear these kids laughing. First inclination that the great majority of us have is these fucking kids playing fucking games. I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna beat their ass. I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna check their ass. You know what I mean? And so we turn around and we're on, we're ready to go in. And then you find out, once you turn around, that it was the old lady. And it was her walking stick. And she was stumbling. And that's why you got poked in the ass with the stick. You know then that the kids wasn't being disrespectful. You know then that the kids didn't grab her stick and did something stupid to you. You know then that your manhood wasn't being questioned. You know what I mean? You know then that it wasn't about you. It was about the old lady stumbling. That's the only thing. You know what I mean? Stay with me. And what I mean by that, you realize your first thoughts, your first inclining thoughts, ideas, is that these fucking kids are off the fucking hook. You know what I mean? And then you turn around and you see it for what it really is. It's this feeble old lady falling towards you. The fact of the matter, you were still poked in the ass with that stick. But you understand that it wasn't intentional. You understand that it wasn't to demean you. You understand that it wasn't to question your manhood. You understand that it wasn't done, you know what I mean, out of stupid stuff that we thought the kids were doing. It had nothing to do with the kids. They didn't even see what was taking place. They're just laughing and being stupid on their own. You know what I mean? Not stupid, they're just being kids on their own. You know what I mean? They're not even paying attention to the old lady. And you change instantly. You go from wanting to beat somebody's ass and defend your manhood, defend your character, to being compassionate, to being loving, to being gentle, to being merciful. You don't even give a damn that she poked you in the ass with the stick. You're just trying to help her to keep her from falling. You're just trying to help her to keep her from hurting herself. She's so embarrassed, and you're consoling her. You're telling her it's okay. You're telling her I'm glad that you're okay. You're telling her it's all right. I got you. The only thing that changed was your understanding of the situation. You were still poked in the ass. The kids are still being off the hook. The only thing that changed was your perspective of the situation. I'm asking you, family, I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you to connect with somebody that has the ability to change your perspective of your circumstances. Because so many of us, we get so bitter, we're so pissed off, we're so frustrated, and we're this and this and this. We got all this shit going on in our head. And we think we're justified for having all this shit going on in our head. When all we need is to reach out to somebody and have them help us change our perspective, to become more grateful, to become more loving, to become more compassionate, to become more understanding, to see it for what it really is. And it's not all the toxic shit that we made it out to be. We have to grow up. We have to understand that we don't have it all figured out. We have to understand that we need to change our negative thinking. We have to change our toxic way of thinking. In order for us to reach our full potential, man, we have to move beyond that toxic shit, family. We have to let that crap go. We got to move beyond our survival mode into our thriving mode, into our creative mode, into I'm being my best version of myself mode. And we realize it's not about anybody else around us. It's not about the people in the back. Those kids represent all your haters. Those kids represent our family members who think we all that. You know what I mean? It represents all the people we grew up with who's still in the hood, who's still on the block doing the same stupid ass shit they've always done. You know what I mean? Sitting there, oh, you think you better, you think you this, and you acting all bougie, and you acting all uppity now, and we'll do all the stupid shit that they say. That's who all those kids represent. Completely clueless of what's going on around them in their own world. The old lady represents our life experiences. That's what she represents. Our life experiences. We have to change the way our thinking. I sit back and I talk to people all the time, and I tell them, man, I wouldn't change anything about my life. Not one thing would I change about my life. As toxic, as bad, as painful as it was, I wouldn't change anything about my life. Why? Because I see my life from a totally different perspective now. When I was a kid, man, fuck my life. I didn't give a damn about my life. You know what I mean? I want to fucking die. I was ready to die. As a young adult, I was ready to fucking die. Check out, man. Fuck this shit. You know what I mean? If I'm going to hell, hell's got to be better than the fuck I'm at right now. Hell's going to be vacation. It's going to be rest and relaxation compared to the shit that I grew up in. You know what I mean? If I'm going to hell, take me. I'm ready. That was my mentality. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. But now that I've overcome all of that, now that I've made it through all of that, I can sit back and look at my life from a totally different perspective. And that perspective is, damn, Elijah, look at all the people you're helping. Damn, Elijah, look at all the shit that you've gone through. And because you've gone through all of that, you're now capable of helping navigate other people through their shit. Had you given up, had you died back then, look at all the people that wouldn't have been helped. And it's not just about me, it's about us, family. It's about us. Don't miss that. We have to change our perspective of life. We have to change the way we see things. We have to understand that, man, we are so toxic and we don't even realize how toxic we are. We're so negative and we don't even realize how negative we are. We have to grow up, and we have to see the beauty in it all. We have to understand the beauty of it all. We have to understand that all things work together for our good. We have to understand that everything is always working out for us. All the pain, all the suffering, all the drama, all the trauma. Family, I couldn't be on this platform talking to the people I talk to. I couldn't be a life coach. I couldn't be coaching and mentoring all the people that I am had I not gone through all that I went through. I'm only able to do what I do because I've been where I've been and because I grew through it. See, so many of us, we go through shit, but we don't grow through shit. I'm going to say that again. So many of us go through shit, but we don't grow through shit. And so we keep going through it over and over and over and over because we refuse to grow the fuck up, because we refuse to change the way we see things. And it don't matter how much you pray, family. And I know this is going to piss some of you off, but stay with me, listen to me. It don't matter how much you pray. It don't matter how much you fast. It don't matter how much you give money to the church. Until you grow through the shit that you're going through, your circumstances ain't going to change. God's not going to change your circumstances. Because he's allowing you to go through that so you can grow the fuck up. If God didn't want you to go through that, you wouldn't have went through it. He knows that there's a reason for you to go through the shit you're going through or that you've gone through. And it's to teach you some shit. It's to prepare you for some things. But until you grow the fuck up and understand that and learn the lessons, you're gonna keep going through it. And it don't matter how much you pray. It don't matter how much you fast. It don't matter how much you meditate. It don't matter how much you get out in nature. Until you grow the fuck up, you're gonna keep going through the shit that you've been going through. Ain't nothing gonna change. We have to change our perspective. We have to grow the fuck up. We have to stop acting like we got this shit figured out. We keep doing the same stupid ass shit, expecting a different result. Oh, I'm just gonna go do this. Oh, this is the problem. I'm just gonna go do this. I'm just gonna go do this. You've been doing that, and ain't shit changed. Grow the fuck up. Family, we got to get it together. We have to get it together in order to reach our full potential. In order to be all that we came here to be, we have to change our perspective. We have to change our perspective. It's one of the reasons why you see me pushing, man, this healing voice to Jamaica. You know what I mean? Man, we have to change the way we see things. We have to change our fucking lives, family. Nobody's gonna do that for us. Nobody's coming to rescue you. We have to learn to love ourselves. We have to learn to validate ourselves. We have to learn to pat ourselves on the back. We have to learn to appreciate and value the small victories along the journey. That's what this trip to Jamaica is all about. It's about getting away from your comfort zone. It's about getting away from all the people around us, getting in a totally different environment. Getting in an environment that's already just relaxing. Getting in an environment that's already zenful, that's already peaceful. And learning how to just be present in the moment, learning how to bask in the presence of peace, learning how to bask in the presence of acceptance, learning how to bask in the presence of love, unconditional love. This voyage that we're getting ready to take, going in Jamaica in June, it's just the first of many. Just the first of many. Family, we have to understand that we're valuable, that we matter. We matter. And the universe is God, source, the most high, whatever you want to call it, is going to keep giving you shit to get you to understand that. They're going to keep throwing stuff in your way, putting stuff in your place or in front of you on your path to get you to understand how beautiful you are, to get you to understand how courageous you are, to get you to understand how you matter. To get you to understand that, man, I have to have healthy boundaries. Man, I have to love me. I have to learn to like me. Man, I can make a difference in the world. Man, I do have a voice. I may not be able to sing like other people, but I can use my voice to talk to other people. I can use my voice to encourage and inspire and challenge and correct other people. I can use my voice to give somebody praise. I can use my voice to give somebody hope. We have to get it together. We have to get it together. My hope and prayer is that you learn how to change your perspective. And if you need help with that, family, reach out to me. Not just me, there's so many other people that are capable of helping you. But that's where discernment comes in, that family. You got to have some discernment. Because everybody out there talking about their life coach ain't about shit. You know, I'm just being real. Because that's a new thing. You know what I mean? You got to have some discernment. And you're going to pick some crazy ass people. You're going to choose some toxic ass people. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? And you're doing that because God is trying to teach you some fucking discernment. You got to pick some bad apples before you understand and recognize real ones. Just like you had to pick some badass fucking relationships before you're able to recognize good shit. It is what it is. It is what it is. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.